Hello, everyone. Welcome to the journey of understand your life, creating your fulfilling life. This is the journey to raise your inner awareness about your inner being, and also this is a journey to explore it about yourself. And because this is the first sections out of 100 sections that I'm gonna do about this topic. So let me introduce a little bit about myself. I'm Rachel Xuan Y Tran, and for over the past few years, I have learned about the inner being and the root cause of human life from three perspectives, from science, from religions, and from philosophies. And when we viewed human lives under these three lanes, so we will have the general outlook about human life in general and our personal life individually. And so thank you for your presence, and let's begin the journey to explore it about yourself, explore it about um, our human life experience. And because this is the life, this is the journey to raise your inner awareness. So let me write out um, the name of this journey. Sorry. Understand. I said human life in general, so you can understand it is at understand your life, create a fulfilling life. Understand human life or your life, create your fulfilling life or a fulfilling life. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for your presence. So let's explore this journey together. And because this is a learning journey, so there is a concept that they said enjoy the learning process, process, learning process, or the learning journey. So somebody said this is like a giant surgery your inner being. So you see what's inside you. And because this is the journey to explore, to understand about yourself, about our life. So we need to be relaxed. We need to be comfortable enough to enjoy this journey. We don't need to be very serious about this. It's not like that. You can eat, you can um, do something else and relax and enjoy the journey together. And the reason that I want to bring to share this topic to everyone because I have learned about it and I apply it into my life and I get many benefits from it. I understand myself, I understand other people, and then we know about the root cause of our life. We know about the root cause of our experience, and we are able to create our desired life or even a fulfilling life because we understand the roots and just relax, enjoy. Let's explore this journey together. Thank you very much for your presence for um, because this is the first session. So I really appreciate that you have entered this live together with me. And if you have any questions, if you have any inquiry about life in your mind, keep it and let's see, and you can find the answer. Okay. To talk about the knowledge or understanding of uh this word, it's is categorized into three groups of understanding. Three groups. So we have the understanding about the physical world, understanding about the physical world. What is the knowledge in physical words? That knowledge comes from school, whatever you learn from school, from your teachers. Um, we call them in general physical words knowledge or understanding. And we also have knowledge from cosmology, or somebody call it spiritual words, cosmology. And this knowledge or understanding comes from religions, and it can answer us about the questions about where people comes from and what it goes after life, for example. So they can answer some questions like that. And another groups of understanding comes from human life understanding. human life knowledge. So what is it about? It's about the connections between us among people, human, and the interconnection, the connection with ourselves. So when we understand about the root cause of our life, we understand the connections that we have with ourselves and with other people. But most of the time, we have learned many things since we were born until now about the physical world knowledge or physical world understandings because we think it's help us to earn money or to have a job. But and somebody when they feel is the physical world knowledge is not enough for them, they go deeper and find interesting in cosmology or find the answers for their spiritual or questions or inquiry. But for human life understandings, most of us ignore them. This knowledge, human life, understand ourselves, understand our connections with ourselves, with other people. And in this journey, we'll go deeper in these sections, in this understanding human life. What caused our life? What caused our experience? What caused this, that happened into our lives? So we'll view this knowledge, this understanding under three perspectives from science, from religions, and from common sense. What do you call? Okay, so in these journeys, we'll focus on human life, understanding. And if you have any questions about physical worlds or cosmologies, we won't discuss them here. We just focus on the human life. Just focus on the human life. So, and the first analogy I want to share to everyone is about the boat analogy. So anyone who want to learn this knowledge uh, to have the transformations for your life, so or you want to apply it into your life, so just enjoy the journey. But for those who want to, you think this knowledge is very useful and beneficial to you and to other people, and you want to share it to other people, feel free to do so. And you need to listen carefully and write them down. And if you can't write anything that I write down in on the paper and draw everything that I draw on the paper. Okay. So the first analogy that I want to share to everyone, name the boat image. So I'm drawing a boat. This is a boat. And on this boat, there is a boatman. There is a boatman. He's rowing the boat to make sure that everybody know this is a boat. Just mark is a boat. And this boat is on the a river. Is on a river. And the current of the river is from A to B. This is the current. The current is from A to B. From A to B. And if the boat goes along the river, if the boat goes along the river, the boat goes along the river. If the boat goes along the river, so what do you think? Can the boat reach B? Can the boat reach B if the boat goes along the river? Naturally, it can reach B, right? But if on the way to B, it's was like if there is something like a storm or rocks or just prevent it to move further so it can be uh, stuck in somewhere. So we need a boatman. We need a boatman on on the boat to direct it into the right direction, to orientate into the right direction, so it can reach B naturally, effortlessly. Even the boatman, even the boatman doesn't row the boat. But if the boatman row the boat and even we have the motor on the boat, so this boat can reach B faster. This boat can reach B faster. Am I right? How about this boat goes again? Goes against the current. What if this boat goes against the current? So it cannot be flow naturally to the destination effortlessly. But the boatman, we need a boatman to row the boat because we goes against the current. So we need the boatman to row the boat to reach the destination. And if we have the motors, would be better when the boatman got tired. So we still have the motor to push the boat move further, move forwards. But if there is no motor, no, and the boatman got tired, and this boat will reverse to the previous place, to the first place. And let's take it as an analogy, as an image, and review our life. So let's say this boat is like our life, and the current is like represents for the law, the law and the principle, the laws and principles that govern human life. Let's say the current river represents for the laws and the principles which governs human life, and the boat is represents for our life, for human life. Anyone who understands the laws and the principles that governs human life and follow it, goes along with it. So it's like the boat goes along the current river, the current of the river. We can reach our destination effortlessly, naturally, seamlessly. But if we don't know about the laws or principles that governs human life, or we know it but we go against the laws and the principles that governs human life, is similar to the boat which goes against the current, which goes against the currents. So if we got tired, we don't want to put any effort on our path on doing something anymore. So it's like we it could reverse to the previous place, or our effort can be vanished in the thin air. Have you ever experienced that situation? You try every effort to do something, but it's still good if you still put the effort on it. But if you stop, if you stop doing it, it reverts to the original place or the original state. Nothing changed. Or have you experienced the situation that you try very hard to do something, but you cannot get to the place that you want or to the destination that you want? So it means that you go you you go against the laws and the principles that governs your life, the human life in general. But there are period of time in your life that you feel like everything's very smoothly and you don't need to put any effort on it, but you still can get your goal, your target. Very simple. So it means that at a time you are unconsciously somehow you just goes along the laws and follow the laws and principles. unaware of that, but you goes along the laws and the principles that governs human life. Thank you very much, everyone, for your presence and your gift. Thank you. So this is the first analogy that I have learned from my teachers, my master, and I want to share it to everyone here. So the question is what are the laws and the principles that governs human life that affect our lives? What are they? So we need to know what are they. And the first one, the first principle I want to share to everyone is the transformation principle. So there is a man here, and surround him is are many chains or shells. So we use different colors to represent for the shells that wrapped this man. And there are six shells. So we use six different colors represents for the shells that wrap this man. Okay, there are six shells that wrap this man. Represent for six self uh, self-awareness limitations. There are self-awareness limitations we call they are self-awareness limitations which limits our awareness, which limits us or stop us from doing something. And in in your life, have you ever experienced something that you want to do something? You experience a situation that you want to do something, but there are some like fears or something that's in your mind stop you from doing it, and we call them as the self-awareness limitations. And in our life, we experience many things, right? Difficulties, good things, beautiful experience, and even suffering, many, many things. And after all, we could learn something. We have some lessons for our life, for our growth or development, right? And if if something comes like difficulties, like obstacles that come to our lives, but we change nothing, nothing changed. We have learned nothing from them. We have learned nothing from it. So the bigger difficulties or problems could come, the greater one could come to make us realize something, to make us learn from it, to make us have some lessons from it for our growth. But even the uh, a greater suffering comes, but we change nothing or we have learned nothing from it. Even the loss can comes to make us realize something, to learn something. And have you ever experienced that something comes like make you suffered or even lost something and then you realize about a lesson or have an insight, something like that. And after that, when it comes again, when it comes again, you know how to deal with that. And it's not a big deal to you anymore. It's not a big deal to you anymore. It means that you have passed that test. It means that you have passed that test to move to the next level of your growth or your development. So life is all about the lessons for your growth, for your development. And after all, you have the transformation to achieve or to attain the true happiness or to have a fulfilling life, to have a fulfilling life. So you have the transformation, right? After the lesson, you become a bigger person from these persons who arrived by sick shells. And after the transformations, you become bigger with bigger arms, which can embrace yourself, embrace other people, big legs, and this person has the appreciative eyes, have nose to sense beautiful sense, and have the smiling and and on the head he even has three lines of hairs. So what is these three lines of hair? We will know it in the comment sections. Anyway, these persons can break down these shells, come out from these shells, and have the transformation to become a bigger person. Be free, be free from the shells, from the self awareness limitation. So, what are these six self limitation, self awareness limitation? The first one, we call it self trivialization. Self trivialization, or we can call it as self awareness limitation. Limitation. So, what is it? What is self trivialization? It means that you think you are a ordinary person, someone do something good, do something great, you admire them. But you think, look back on yourself, you think that I'm just an ordinary person. I'm not very great at them, so I couldn't do that. They have many skills or qualities to achieve it, but I cannot because I'm just an ordinary person. So they can do that, but I cannot. So this is about the self trivialization, but it's just all about the self awareness limitation. And you never know about your potential until you know the root cause of your life, the root cause of human life. So the first one is self trivialization, which stop us from doing something that we want. Second is the fear of failure. Fear of failure. So anyone has this one? Fear of failure. Fear of failure. If have you ever want to do wants to do something, but you think you might fail to do it, so just stop it. Some friends comes to me and share to me their ideas, projects that I want to do, and I always support them to do that. But some really made up their mind to do that, but some have a lot of fears, and one of them fears of failure. And but actually, somebody have this fear of failure, but they still do what they want to do because we know why they have the fear of failure, but they still uh keep going with that idea, with their what they want to do, with their desire. And the fear of failure, just like actually we don't have the fear of failure, but we don't know what happened after that failure, what happened after that so-called failure. So that's why it stops us from doing it. There was a little boy attending in a class, and he told the teacher that uh, I'm scared of the darkness. And the teacher asked, why do you have that fear? Why do you scare of the darkness? And he said, I don't know, I'm just scared of it. And the teacher asked him if because you don't know or you don't see anything in the darkness and you don't know what happened if you enter that dark darkness area, dark area. And the little boy said, yes, because I don't know what in there. It could have something, there could be something that harm me or something like that. So actually, the fear of failure is just like we we're not sure what could happen to us after that failure. So uh, don't guarantee, we don't guarantee have, um, we don't make sure that we could have the good end for that path. So we just stop it. And the third one, the third one, fear of criticism and judgment. Anyone has this fear. I used to have this fear strongly. When I was young, I was very curious about life, and I asked about things around me, even to somebody. It's very simple to understand, but they don't understand why I have such a question. And what I receive from my questions, that's judgments, and they said it's very simple. Why do you have such question? Very simple question. And I got criticism and judgments from what I asked. So um, I dared not to ask anything about uh, the things around me. And this it happened to be a fear of criticism judgment in me about many things in life. So I just focus on my study, what's really neat to do for my developments only. And about other things, I have the fears of criticism and judgment, and I seldom share my thoughts about things in life because of this fear. Because of this fear. So I used to have this one, and it stopped me from sharing my thoughts, sharing my thinking, and stopped me from my uh, growth in my career as well. And the next one, that is the fear of insufficient of or lack of resources. 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 You want to do something, but you think I don't have enough resources or conditions to do it. Like, for example, you want to set up a, like run a business or open a clinic, for example. But look at other people who are able to do it simply, and they have full resources to have one. But look back, you think you have nothing, or you don't have supports from your family, for example. And if you run it on your own, you don't have enough resources, for example. And you think is the thing that stopped you from opening your clinic, for example. Lack of resources, one of it's also one of the self-awareness limitation. We never know about the resource in our life until we understand about the root cause of life and the connections. Because if we talk about one person, an individual's resource is limited. But if we talk about the whole society resources, is unlimited. Is unlimited. Anyway, is also one of the self-awareness limitation, lack of resources. Five, lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. Okay, you want to share something? But you think that you don't have enough knowledge to do it. Okay. So these are self-limitation, self-awareness lack of knowledge. Okay, you want to share something? But you think that you don't have enough knowledge to do it. Okay. So these are self-limitation, self-awareness limitation make me remember about my teacher's story. As I think more than 10 years ago, when he started to learn about the nutrition and to be a specialist in that industry. And he thought it's very useful for people to understand the nutrition and take care of their health, their physical health. So he opened the class or have some sections to share about that. And those who attended his class are many experts from that industry, from that field. And he told him that with your little knowledge about nutrition, how dare you open the class for to share it to many people? And my teacher just replied that I just have little knowledge, but with a good mind, I want to share it to other people, so they can have at least some knowledge, useful knowledge in nutrition to take care of their health. And you're an expert in this industry. Why don't you open the class to share to other people so that all of us can get the benefits from it? And from that story is really inspired me. And I don't see the lack of knowledge anymore. We just share what we have with the good minds. And there are many, there are many informations in the world now, good, bad, many things. But the useful, the positive informations, just take a small account in a whole information and knowledge what we can encounter in the internet. Um, so if we have something we think is useful to other people, or have contribute to their to humans' growth and development, just share it. So we all have can learn from each other, and because we can learn from each other, so there is no lack of knowledge anymore. And the last one. Sorry, this is lack of future vision. Lack of future vision. Lack of lack of. This is lack of future vision. This is the greatest ones which hinder us from doing something that we want to do. And if you have the future vision, you know exactly where you want to go. So the other five, the previous five self awareness limitations, it's not a big deal to you anymore. But if you don't have your future vision, you don't know where to go, you don't know your destinations, it will be a big deal. It's really a matter. So it's like you get on or get in a taxi, and you um and the driver asks you where you want to go, and you said just go, and he can drive you to somewhere, and after that he doesn't know where to go next, and of course he could bring you to the first place, turn one round and go back to the first place, because we have no destination or um goal or future vision, so we just walk around and then go back to the original place. But if we have the future vision, we know where to go exactly, and with any means you have in your hand, you can go there. For example, now I'm living in the Philippines. Okay, I'm living in the Philippines, and I want to go to I want to visit my hometown in Vietnam. There are many ways to go there, so it depends on my conditions and resources. I can book a flight to, for example, to Ho Chi Minh City in the south in Vietnam, and then I can have another flight back to my go to my hometown. But if I don't want to take the second flight, I can take a bus to go there. It can be last for a longer period of time. But anyway, it depends on my conditions and resources about whatever I have. But I know exactly where to go. I know exactly where to go. So it depends on my condition and resources. I could choose the ways to get there. Anyway, it can take 1 day, 2 days, 10 days, even a year. But at the end, I could get there because I know exactly where I want to go. So with this, the last self awareness limitations stop us from doing what doing many things because we don't see the clear vision or know exactly our destination. But if we know exactly where you want to go, so you can eliminate these five self awareness limitations. You can see, you can have the self realization, but you know that you want to get there very much. So this self awareness doesn't matter anymore. Or you can have the fear of failure, but it doesn't matter anymore because you want to go there. And you can have the fear of criticism, of judgment, but you really want to go there, so it doesn't matter anymore. Or you can see that you don't have enough resources or knowledge. It's fine too. You want to get there, you can ask someone help you, or someone work with you to get there. Anyway, you want to get there. So, or the self-awareness limitations doesn't matter anymore. And there is an analogy of the egg. And my teacher said that if you know the egg, right? The egg, when it we break it down from outside, we use an external force from outside to break it out. To cook it, it becomes a food. It becomes a food. But you have the egg and some things inside just um, like emerge and crack it from inside. So you can see a chick comes out. It becomes alive. So if we become bigger, we go stronger from within, is alive. But if we let the external force break us or force us to change, and we don't change, or we learned nothing from it, we could have a lot of sufferings or even loss. And we don't need to wait for the external force us to change or to have the transformation, but we can learn or study to have the lessons, to have us to have the transformations from within. Become we break we break down these chains, these shells from within, become a bigger person like this one. We are free from this self awareness limitation. And imagines like the rocket, right? The rocket, and before it's fly up to the sky, there are many chains wrap that rockets. And when they cut off those chains which wrap the rockets, and that fly up to sky, it can fly up to sky. And is and imagine is our life is like that. And around us there are some chains, there are shells that hold us from flight fly up. And we just need to cut off these chains, these self-awareness limitations, so that we can fly. We are free from and we are able to have anything that we desire. We are able to have the true happiness. We're able to have a fulfilling life. And this is the journey of erasing or eliminating these self-awareness limitation. These self-awareness limitations. We can't erase this self-awareness limitation by it grows from within, become stronger from within, become bigger from within, and turn into a life. Turn into a life. So that's why we call this is the principle of transformation. A principle of transformation. We don't need to wait for troubles, for difficulties, for obstacles, for suffering, for lots comes to our life to have the transformation. We, with the love for ourselves, with the love for other people, we have the transformation from within. So that's why we need to study together so that we can have the growth, we can have the transformation from within and turn into this person or free from this self-awareness limitation and attain our desired life. Okay, that is all I want to share to everyone today. This will be 100. Yeah, in my mind that I want to do a 100-day section series, like a course. And this is today's day one, and thing could change, but anyway it could be 100 days or even more. Thank you very much everyone for your presence, for your love, for your gifts, many things. And I really appreciate your support. I'm grateful for also grateful for the knowledge that I have learned from my master, my teachers, from many wise men, so that I am able to have these sections and share to everyone. Thank you very much for your presence, and good night. See you tomorrow. And this we will have the sessions from Monday to Friday, from in the Philippines.